cookie. So gedink miskien vir elke golden nugget.
Nugget.
Dan druk ons hierdie uit.
Yes. So how do we know if we've dropped a golden nugget?
Ja. Ons gaan vir jou sê.
Gaan jy vir ons sê?
Ja.
Okay. So when something feels golden nuggety, you'll tell us.
Yes.
Thank you, Els.
Yes, laat dit oop. Sien.
Okay, cool. All right, people have started joining. Has Zoom started joining? Yes. All the other live platforms, have they started joining us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Awesomeness. So I was attacked earlier by one of the ladies in the room with, what is that thing called, Els?
I don't know what were you attacked about on.
So it's a thing, man. It's powder, because they said I'm shiny. All that face powder. Is it called face powder? So I'm shiny because I'm special.
We had a beautician in the room
Yes.
into the young duck.
Yes. So welcome everyone. We're going to give a couple of minutes for the people that are still joining us, busy joining us. Some people are driving and they are connected on their cell phones. Some people are at home, kicking back, relaxing. Most people are still joining. It's 6:04. The first couple of minutes, I'm going to give you a little bit of where my headspace is at, a bit of a state of the nation, what I'm processing, good, bad, and ugly at the moment in our industry. So, signal and noise. I made a story this morning on Instagram. On Saturday night, I got quite viciously attacked by some females from a certain car brand that felt the need to throw shade at me towards like 8 o'clock at night, saying that some of the stuff that we do on customer training is not fair and it should be kept inside the automotive industry. We should not disclose all the secrets of DIC, secrets of interest rate, because that's how a lot of people earn an income, and that should be protected and sacred, how it's done, what we're doing. Right. In the same breath, lots of the people that I interact with daily, that phone on closing calls, I communicate with on all of our channels, keep on encouraging us, saying thank you very much. We are super excited to be able to purchase informed. We are going to just figure out some of the logistics around the app volume that we're going to start receiving. But I did speak to Anna Marie, who's in the room today. She's our head F&I manager. She controls the F&I team. We are about to create a service where you as a customer will have an opportunity just to get an approval. So once you've got an approval, we'll send you a reference number. So that's the idea that I'm playing with in my mind. Yes, Anna, happy?
100%.
Okay, once you are approved, we'll send you a reference number with an approval. So MFC reference number ABC123, whatever the reference number is for the banks that you're approved at. And we're not going to ask you to buy from us. But what we'll ask you is, at least you've been approved and validated at a bank. Now, you can go and shop at another dealer. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm tired of people phoning me each and every day. Today I've had 3 calls like this, and unfortunately the third person wouldn't take no for an answer, so I had to be rude with him and I had to just slam the phone in his ear down. But consumers phone me and say, Bobby, I've bought a car and I didn't understand what residual was. It was never explained to me. I need you to get me out of this. I said, sir, how long have you been following our content? Well, I've been following your content for the past 2 years. And I said, so, well, what do you want me to do? You've already signed. It's been 3 months. Your debit order's off. There's nothing I can do for you. The only way that you change that rate is if you get approved and validate it on a new car, then you're going to have to trade the car. And else, is it me or is it like I'm seeing 2-3 TVs behind me?
Yeah,
What's causing that?
That is because you haven't shared your
Shared my screen, so it's just the camera on the camera on the camera. That is weird AF. It's freaking me out. So I'm going to share. There's like 17 of me. Holy moly.
You can do it like
Could the real Slim Shadys please stand up?
Yeah.
Look at that. Hy maak so Mexican wave. Doen dit weer.
Okay, let me do a share here quickly. But going back to what I was saying is, and the consumer said, but you don't sound like the Uncle Bobby on TikTok. The Uncle Bobby on TikTok would have helped me. Said, homie, I can't help you. You already signed for the car. What do you want me to do? It's a dead horse. You can't wake a dead horse. The only way to get out of this car is if you physically, like literally, if you settle this vehicle and then we sign you up on the new vehicle. But there's going to be a shortfall. Why? Because you've driven the car for 3 months only. So, unfortunately, it's sort of like you're living in the past and it's a past tense experience and you feel bad about it, but at least you know where you made the mistake, and moving forward, you don't need to make that mistake again. So that's the idea. We're going to allow a service for our F&I team to professionally get you approved and validated, give you a reference number. Once you have a reference number and you want to buy somewhere else, salute, no problem. Go do it. At least now somebody's not going to screw up your name and then ends up declining. And we're going to go through some of the reasons why it declines later throughout the presentation. But at least you know that it's approved, it's validated, you can buy. It is possible to get a car. We just need to give you the criteria and the guidelines on what to do and what not to do, because you can easily F things up for yourself very quickly if you don't stick to the 3 rules, which is the equity, the affordability, and the risk. As long as you change one of those 3, the bank reserves the right to change their opinion on that as well, which means if you go from a 2021 model Polo Vivo to a let's say, for example, 2016 VW Jetta 1.9 TDI, the equity might be out of line, and we'll get into some of that detail now, number one. But number two as well, the moment that the equity is out of line, the risk is also out of line, because it's an older model vehicle. You can literally get declined on 2 or 3 of those vehicles back to back to back, and then the bank flags you can't buy. Boom, sorry. Okay, having said that, I think most of the people have joined us. Elsie, are you ready for me?
Ready.
Okay, so 45 minutes. This is like the 7th presentation that I've done, and I haven't hit 45 minutes once. So I've been overtime
Yeah, let's just leave the 45
every
minutes.
time. So I'll try, homie. I'll try. Okay. Customer approval and deal structuring as module 1. How to properly work within your 30% gross salary limit and still get the car you want. Okay, just as a quick side note, what can I afford when I earn 20,000 Rand gross salary? Okay, 30% of gross, 6,000 Rand. What can I afford on 30, which will be then 9, and what can I afford on 40, which will be then 12,000 Rand per month. So the 30% gross is an indicator of what you can pay per month on a car. It is not a law. It is not law, and it's not your right, because some customers go and overcommit on certain things, and the factor of disposable income comes into play. For example, you earn 20,000 Rand. According to what I just said, you can buy for 6,000 Rand. But you have 4 cell phone accounts, and you have 2 personal loans, and you have a whole bunch of other debit orders that fight for their right to take out money out of your account on the 1st of every month, and you're only left with 2,000 Rand after all your debit orders go off. That means the 6,000 Rand per month on a car will not apply. The bank will see it in the background, and they will decline you. Boom, it's declined. Okay, how do you prevent that from happening? And what is your best chance of an approval? And in the previous module, when we spoke about how do you increase the likelihood of an approval, we spoke about having accuracy on your application. So accuracy means if you're paying 480 Rand on a cell phone contract, you can't say it's around 600 or 700 Rand. The moment there's misalignment, all those small amounts add up, and then the bank has to work with what you provided. Even though in the background they can see it's less, they have to work by law on what you provided.
We love that.
Okay, so did I drop a bomb?
Yes.
Okay, how many people are watching? It feels light tonight. I can feel the energy is light. How many people are on tonight?
Let's check TikTok quickly. TikTok is on 2,500 likes, 205 people.
205 people.
Yeah,
Okay,
not bad.
all right, no problem. At least I'm not speaking to myself and the camera and the two ladies inside here.
Not at
Okay,
all.
okay, cool. So, did I drop a bomb?
Yes.
Cool.
That's the buzzer.
The buzzer. All right. So, the more accurate you are, the bank will then use that information, check it on the background, confirm that it's true and correct, and they'll move forward and say, okay, sweet, this person's disposable income is in line with what we see, we can grant you the loan. Okay, if you mess this up right here, you have a difficult catch-up game later, because the reality is the bank systems are linked. So when you apply, and this is where I have serious fights with customers that phone me. But Uncle Bobby, on TikTok, I've seen you help other people. You don't want to help me because I'm old, or because I'm from Cape Town, or because I'm from wherever. I said, stop your shit. I don't want to help you because you screwed it up. Do you want me to help you? Yes. Here's what we need to do. We need to be patient, and let me help you. Help yourself from yourself. That's it. So how do we do that? The bank systems are linked. If you apply at dealer A with a set of information, the bank will then record that under your ID number with that set of information. If they screw it up here, I can't go later and fix it here and say, but listen, the cell phone account is not actually 800 Rand, it's only 480 Rand. You've already recorded it here. We have to keep it. So that's why the 90-day is so important. And I always say to people, you have to wait 90 days. Give them fresh 3 months bank statements. Everything is calmed down. Everything is relaxed. We have a new opportunity. Now, I'm going to go back to the focus point of 30% gross. Is there a way that you can calculate the 30% installment in your favor with a newish car? And the reality is yes. The difference in scoring on a, let's say, for example, 2015 VW Polo Vivo and a 2024 VW Polo Vivo, it's very simple. The bank sees it as a risk. Is the product a risk? Which one is of a higher risk? That's why you have actuaries, actuarissen. That's how you say it in Afrikaans,
Yeah.
right? An actuary. They went and studied really, really hard for a long period of time, and they create, based off historical data, predictive analytics, which say the following. Based on the last 12 months worth of repos that we've had that was sold on auction, a car that is between the age of 0 years and 3 years or 4 years, the likelihood of us recovering as close to 100% of the debt is very high. It automatically drops past 4 years, which means any car that is older than 4 years is more difficult to recover if we need to do a repo. Now, the bank sees you as a risk. That's all you are. Your ID number is attached to an ITC reading, which gives a score. Depending on where you go and look for the score, we use a combination of all of them from a company called Lucid. We'll have a look at your score, and if it starts with a 7, the likelihood of us getting you approved is very high. Above 690, we get an approval. Below 690, if we get an approval, I'm phoning you and saying to you, listen, we're not supposed to be approved, we're approved. Yeah, so we can't use the word I want, and we can't demand interest rate because it's one bank that it slipped through. We have to sign the way that they've presented the offer. But that's on another video. For the purpose of this one, if the vehicle is as new as possible, the risk on the vehicle being repoed and recovering close to 100% of the monetary value that you owe on the vehicle is very high. Therefore, the risk is lower. The older the vehicle, the higher the risk, because the actuaries have said between the age of 6 and let's say 8 years, we recover 70% of the value. Between 8 and 10 years, we only recover 50% of the value. So which means you have to be a very good scoring customer and a low risk customer for the bank to approve you on a high risk car. If you're a low risk customer, high risk car will get you approved. If you're a high risk customer, high risk car, i.e. an older model, don't think about it as Polo Vivo. It's the most popular sold car. It's an old car. The likelihood of them fetching retail value or owed value to the bank is lower on an older car, therefore the risk is higher. How do you capitalize on that? For everybody that's bored, I'm about to give you a bomb as well. And if you're bored at this stage and if I'm busy losing you, is because you're not focusing. So I need you to focus. Else, did we lose people on TikTok?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
63.
263. We gained people. Holy moly. Okay, cool.
Because you have 2 chicks in the studio.
Yeah. So the everyone just wants to see the chicks. So let me show you the 2 chicks. The people that are on Zoom. You saw Silla? So listen, they're not 20 odd. They're not they're not locked in here with me. I'm locked in here with them. So if they start like throwing shit around and I am at, where are we? 446 Rachel de Beer Street, Pretoria North. So if I start gilling, send the popo, send the police.
Hear you. This is soundproof.
Yeah, but they'll hear me. They'll know like Bobby's in trouble.
Able to get in.
Okay.
Anyway,
That sounded like a threat. So if you're in danger, blink twice. Back to the calculation. I don't want to lose you guys here, and I would like you to also understand that everything we've processed and unpacked in this presentation will be available to you on a PDF. Else are we going to be nice and share the PDF with the people? Ons kan dit net bietjie edit en dan deel ons dit. Okay. How do I buy the more expensive vehicle with my salary? Vehicle is 200,000 Rand at 13%. Okay. Person earning a gross salary of 12,000, okay, 3,600 Rand can now buy the same vehicle as the person earning a gross salary of 14,000, 4,200 Rand. By changing the term, you can reduce your installment by 700 Rand. Thank you, Anna Marie, because if I made these calculations, I would have blatantly lied to the people and I would have been out with a calculation. Appreciate you. So, this will enable you to buy a vehicle of 35,000 Rand more expensive, just the way that you want. 72 months, your installment goes from 4,150, 84 months, 3,750, 72 months with a 30% balloon, 3,560, and 96 months without a balloon, 3,450. Now, just to bring you into context, this is very important. This information I'm about to give you is super important. When I train my sales leaders and my managers to sell residual, the 2 golden questions that you have to ask a consumer before you present residual is the following. Question 1. In South Africa, the normal kilometer per year range is 25,000 kilometers per year. Sir, ma'am, do you do the average of 25,000 k's per year? Do you do less or more? Based off of the answer of this, we will know whether or not residual is for you. Okay, if you say to me, Bobs, I only drive 10,000 k's a year. Great, super, amazing, that's cool, green tick. I drive 25,000, beautiful, we are within range. Bob's, I drive 40,000 k's a year. That's a red flag. If you drive more than 25,000 kilometers per year and you want residual, it's a red flag because there's going to be a consequence when I sequence you on the payment and the sale just now. So hear me out. The second question is, normally in South Africa, consumers trade in their vehicles anywhere between 32 and 38 months. Okay. Are you someone that likes to drive a vehicle for minimum 3 years, or do you want to buy a car every 6 months? 6 to 12 months. Okay. If the customer says, I want to buy a car every 6 to 12 months, then that's a red flag for residual. because you're not going to have enough equity in your car between 6 and 12 months. Okay. If the answer for question A is I drive 25,000 kilometers and below, and no, I don't change my car every 6 to 12 months, I normally change my car every 3 years, then the customer can be sold on residual value. And the reason why the customer can be sold on residual value is the following. If you drive 25, 25, 25 and drive the car for 3 years, that's normally where the break-even point is. Unless you have loaded some baggage, like marrying a woman that already has 4 kids from 3 baby daddies, and one of them is an alcoholic and he wants to box you the whole time. So if you've traded in a car, loaded on a car, then traded it again, loaded again, and loaded again, if you've got one of those situations, ignore this conversation. I have another video coming up for you. But if you are a normal consumer, 99% of consumers out there, they drive a vehicle, 36 months later, if the question or the answer to those questions was yes, yes, you can trade it in, sweet, no issue, no problem, break-even point. You bought the car for, let's say, 200,000 Rand. At the break-even point, you don't need to pay in money at 32 to 36 months. That's the sweet spot. If you go over 36 months, anything above that, then you have equity, which means if you drive the car for 4 years, you'll probably come out with a 10% or 15% deposit onto your next purchase. Does that make sense? Anna? Okay. You okay there? Are you monitoring TikTok? If there's any foul comments?
No one. No one is
No foul comments here.
No,
Where are the haters? We need haters, homie. Where are the haters? Just invite them, because some of the people that were giving me shade the last couple of days need to.
Brian is asking the normal mileage per year on a vehicle, and answering him on 25,000.
25,000 Ks per year. Okay, great. So vehicle price of 300,000 Rand at 13%. Person earning a gross of 17,051 can now buy the same vehicle as the person earning a gross of 20,000, 6,000. Or by changing the term, you can reduce the installment. Remember what we said in the first slide? From 700 Rand per month to 1,000 Rand per month on a 300,000 Rand vehicle. 1,000 Rand per month. Depending on what vehicle it is, you can pay your insurance, homie. You just need to be smart in the way that you structure the deal. And I'm not here to sell you on residual or sell you on a long term. I'm here to tell you if then. So if you drive a car 30 or 40,000 kilometers a year and you like to swap cars every 2 years, residual is the worst idea under the sun, because you're going to be that soon enough, whether you're a man or a woman, you're going to be carrying 6 children around with 5 baby daddies, and one of them beats you. That's what literally what's going to happen. Anna Marie's shaking her head. She's like, what examples are you using, Bobby? So exactly that. Exactly that. If you are a normal consumer without baggage, without bringing in an over allowance, a trade-in where you owe more than what it's worth, you can save yourself $1,000. Okay, 72 months, 6150. That's on a 300 grand car with 13% interest rate. 84 months, it goes from 6.1 to 5.5. 72 months with 30% balloon, 5.3. And 96 months, 5.1. Now, if you guys are watching attentively, your next question should be, Bobby, what if I take 96 months, no residual, can I still come out of that car in 32 to 36 months? And the answer is no, you can't. So the conversation on 96 months is slightly different to the conversation on 72 with 30% balloon. So over here, you are looking at a minimum of 42 to 48 months before you can come out of this car. So typically, what I would advise consumers to do right here is, if they do less than 25,000 per year, and they are prepared to stick with this car for 4 years, you can enjoy that reduced installment of 1,000 Rand less than what you would have paid at 72 months. You can pay your insurance with it, but then you're going to have to kind of stick it out with the car until 48 months. Now, reverse psychology this, you might be thinking, that's how dealerships work. This is why dealerships do that, to sell on a low installment. It couldn't be far or further fetched than the truth. And the reason for that is I'm actually eliminating you from doing repeat business with me for 12 months. So where I would have had you coming back into the door saying, Bob's, how's it? Hey, Lani, we need to do a change here. 36 months, 32 months, thank you very much. Give me your old Polo, here's another car, whatever car you're buying next. I'm prolonging that second sale by a year. So when a dealer does that, it's like, think about it this way. It's a sale now, but it's not a sale in 3 years. So I'm getting instant gratification, but I'm not getting long-term gratifications as if I was doing it on 72 months. So if you can afford the 6150, take that. But if you can't and you want to get into a newer vehicle, then take the 96 months. Just be very acutely aware that in 32 to 36 months, when you come in and you say, Bobs, I'm tired, I need another vehicle, get me out of this car, there is going to be an over allowance. There is going to be a little bit of money that is owed, which you either have to put up cash, probably around 10% of purchase price, 10 to 15% of purchase price, or if you don't have it as cash, you need to be prepared for the situation where we're going to have to take that, because now you've got a child outside the marriage from the scallopy, the 35 or 40,000 rand, and put it onto the new car. Make sense? How's are people jumping off? Is Uncle Bobby with numbers boring them?
Yeah, that's attentive.
Attentive.
Ja, ja.
How many people?
Ons is op 255 nou op TikTok.
Okay. Cool. So we're not losing interest. Good. Good. Here's a 400,000 rand car. Okay. Person earning a gross salary of 23,000 rand that can pay 6,900 can now buy the same vehicle as the person earning a gross salary of 27,000 rand, 8,100 rand per month. And by changing the term, you can reduce your installment by 1,300 bucks. Or this will enable you to buy a vehicle 72,000 rand more expensive, just the way you want it. So if you are earning 23, you can buy a car that's almost 100 grand more if you structure this way. So 72 months will be 10,150, 84 months, 9,200, 72 months with balloon is going to be 8,750, and 96 months is going to be 8,500. So there we go. Now you can have the car of your dreams. You're entering a lot of new cars, SUVs, lots of new SUVs that are in this price range at 23,000 rand per month. But you're going to have to make the conscious decision of, yes, I love this car. It's the perfect fit for me and my family. This is what I want to drive for the next couple of years. The next couple of years are not going to be 2 years or 3 years. It's going to be a minimum of 4 if you want to break even. If you're comfortable loading onto the next one in 3 years, then that's a decision that you consciously have to make. And at least now, after attending this fine Mid-Mac Masterclass on finance, you are prepared for the repercussions that are about to come 3 years from now when you decide to change it. Okay, one last slide, and we're going to get into some different type of content. If the slide works with me, there we go. With a slight lower interest rate, what will my payment difference be? So now, remember, at the end of this, after Elsie helps me with the edit, because I quickly had an idea, and Anna-Marie helped me out with these calculations, and I brought this into the slide, like literally how many minutes before?
1 minute.
1 minute before. And Anna-Marie was saying that a couple of years ago, I didn't know how to switch on my computer, allegedly. And now I'm doing slides. So after a small edit, Elsie will post all these slides with this information on the group, and then you can use it for yourself. But here we go. If you take the interest rate from 13 down 1 percentile to 12, you're saving 150 rand per month on a car of 200 grand. If you take it down on a 300 grand car, you are saving, sorry, Anna? So the 200 to 300,000 is obviously, I made my calculation wrong. So it's 100 rand, then 150. So this one here should be 100. So you're saving 100 rand, then you're saving 150, then you're saving 200, and then you're saving 250. So 100 rand on a 200,000 rand car, if you drop 1 percentile, 150 on a 300,000 rand car. If you drop 1 percentile, you're saving 200 rand. If you save 1 percentile on your interest rate on a 400,000 rand car, and on a 500,000 rand car, you are saving 250 rand per month for the term that you use the loan per month on 1 percentile. That's why when we go into the next,
Those are rounded off.
rounded off, yeah,
It's
don't
very
take
much
us out.
rounded off.
100% rounded off. It could be
Some
147 rand and
Yes.
87 cents, and
All
that
rounded off.
and that's where the haters come in, Anna, and that's where they say, Bobby, you're wrong. You are 3 rand wrong.
And
Like,
that's-
listen,
And that's not inclusive of warranties and service and deliveries.
yeah,
on
that's
the car.
outside of
That's just the
VAPs,
vehicle.
100%. So we're not trying to create actuaries here. We're trying to educate people to understand what is the difference in implication on interest rate, the impact, monetary impact on your wallet if you can get a 1 percentile drop. That's it. Not trying to create actuaries. Okay, can I get a good interest rate? That's module 2. The answer is a very, very, very open-ended one. There are so many factors that determine your interest rate. When your ITC score is low, you are a high-risk customer. Where the F&I screw it up royally, even though they went and wrote all the exams, the RE1, the RE5, all the exams, they are very difficult to pass. Then the F&I still screw it up. They will take a high-risk customer and they'll go and connect that high-risk customer to a high-risk vehicle. And then the result is a decline. And that customer says, okay, you're a bad dealer, I'm going to, which is totally incorrect, because that's a bad F&I. It's not a bad dealer. It's not a bad dealer, it's a bad F&I. I'm going to just be calm, it is an F&I that has failed you. Then you say, okay, but I've seen a similar car elsewhere. All right, so now you are still a high-risk customer going to another dealer, okay, and then you want to buy a similar car, which is a 2015 or 2017 BMW 320d. Okay, high-risk customer, high-risk car because it's an older model. The equity is an issue. Equity is the difference between selling price and retail value. Here's a secret. Okay, I'm going to just give it slow. Get ready with your buzzer because I'm about to drop an atom bomb. Are you ready, Els?
Yeah.
Okay. A low risk customer can go up to 140% of retail. So if you're buying a R1 million car, a low risk customer will be approved and validated on a car of 1.4 million selling price when retail is only R1 million. Okay. A high risk customer can only go 10%, which means if that vehicle's retail is 1 million, the bank will only finance 1.1 million, 10%. If it's 200,000 rand car, it will go up to 220, where a low risk customer rather, will go up 40%, which will be 280. Okay, that's the reality of how the bank's head operates. 140% of equity on a low risk, 10%, 110% on a high risk. Okay, now can I get a good interest rate as a high risk customer? You can get a better rate as a high risk customer if it's a low risk car, which means new as possible within your affordability range. Okay, a very good bank customer that is very, very low risk will go and get prime rate on a 2023, but prime plus 1.75 on a 2015. That's a fact. Low risk, older model, so the car is a risk, it's higher. You have to pay more interest because it's an older model. You want prime? No problem. The conversation that we had earlier on the actuaries have calculated that within 3 or 4 years, the vehicle's recovery rate is 100%, which means we'll give you prime. No problem. According to data, unless there's a freak accident, you lose your job or you lose an eye, you can't work anymore, you lose your income, outside of a freak accident, you are a good payer, you'll pay us. So can I get a good rate as a high-risk customer? The only chance of you getting a good rate is buying a low-risk car. If you're buying a high-risk car, it's not going to be a great rate. Okay, I know you're happy. Did I touch on everything there?
No.
What are you not happy about?
No, I'm happy.
Oh,
with
you're happy.
everything.
Okay.
Yes.
Did I miss anything?
No.
You're
Not
happy
at
so
all.
far. Okay.
But our calculator
Mhm.
on our website is very good, giving all the various structures.
Yes.
The customer tells me exactly what payment he wants to pay. It will throw it up because the advanced one is in there. Again, estimations.
Estimations,
But it
yeah.
gives you a few options.
And if you understand, it's like this, right? If you understand soccer, if you know the rules, you can play the game. You know what an offside is. If you're trapped in an offside position, it's offside. The way that you fail as a high-risk customer is you go and apply on a high-risk car. The F&I that unfortunately is assigned to you is a dummy, doesn't understand that you have to lead the person because you are the professional. You have to lead the person as you are the professional. So typically, customer comes in, says to me, Bobs, I saw your content, that 2012 Polo with a world record low mileage. I want to do finance on that car. Sure. Do you have 30% deposit? No deposit. I'm not going to do a finance on that car. I have a similar Polo. The only difference is it's 10 years newer, 12 years newer. Your installment is going to be the same. It's going to be over a long. But Bobs, I want that one. Great. Do you have 30% deposit? I just told you no. Sir, I'm not going to give you that car because the bank requires 30% deposit as the equity is out because retail is only so much. And the reason why we're selling it so far above retail is because it's got world record low mileage, Mr. Customer. What would you like to do? Okay, Bob's, just give me the one without a deposit. And if I let him control the situation and tell me what to do, it's going to be decline, decline, declined, blocked because I'm a dummy. In this case, I'm not. I will lead you and we can have the conversation back, but I really want that car. No problem, sir. The deposit required is 30%. It is 36,500 Rand. Can I give you FNB, ABSA, Capitec? Where are you going to pay me from? Bobs, I don't have the deposit. Cool. No problem. Let's go for the new one. That's it. Bob and weave, until the client's like, I hear you, I understand, I didn't know that it works that way. Well, now you do, Mr. Customer. Let's proceed. F&Is are too scared to speak to a client like that because they might lose them. And then they will lose them because they apply on the wrong car. But not only do they lose them, they eliminate that customer from the market for minimum 90 days because he gets flagged. He or she gets flagged. Okay, let's move on. Choosing the right bank. I don't know how to. Els, I think we're going to make 45 minutes. I'm not even joking here. Because we've got 2 slides left and I've got 15 minutes, homie. 15 minutes. It's like when your bra from Durban phones you. How far are you, bro? 15 minutes. Where are you? Santon. Santon is not 15 minutes, homie. So any Indian friend or customer says 15 minutes, ask him where are you, because he might still be driving from Durban and you're all the way in Pretoria. 15 minutes,
Yeah,
boss. Okay, good. Ask the right question, understand structuring, offers, and choose who earns your business. What's up, Anna? You okay? Are we losing people?
No, we're not losing people.
The
at
boring
all.
stuff,
All I'm
doesn't
saying is-
attract the crowds, eh?
No, you know, because I'm here and we do things fast.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have time to waste, and you gave us all the golden nuggets we needed.
Okay, how many people on TikTok?
271.
271.
Yeah.
Why are we not losing people? This is boring stuff. This is numbers. It's money conversations.
Die
Hey?
mense wil groei.
Wil hulle groei?
Ja.
Okay, so let's pour some water on you, some more knowledge. Okay, good. Choose the right bank. In life, if you allow people to make choices for you, there will be consequences. At least, if you know what the consequences are, you get to decide your fate. Slaan daai ding. That was a golden nugget. Gee my so, ek gaan my eie buzzer buzz. Els, jy stadig op die. Okay,
Man, hier's baie comments wat hier sal deurkom.
so I've just dropped a bomb there.
Gesels met die mense, gesels jy daar.
Okay, so if you allow an F&I to choose your fate. You will have to live with the consequences. If you understand what choices are being made on your behalf, at least you know what those consequences are. So, when you're starting out, if you ever watch my content, me closing customers on the phone, when you're starting out, most probably you're going to have, that was a car's backfire, you're going to have 1 or 2 banks that approve you. Okay, this is a newbie, a greenie, like someone that like, well, Bobby, that's my eerste car. It's my first car. Uncle B, help me buy my first car. Help me become independent. By the way, first time buyers, I've said it thousands of times. These are my favorite customers because I've sold cars to some really rich oaks, like proper rich oaks. 2 million rand M5. I give it to him on the pavement outside. Bob's, appreciate you, homie. Thank you. I've got like shit to do. Climb in the car, transfer all the shit from his old car to his new car, speeds away. It's unemotional. Like this guy's, I've got some customers that have bought 38 cars from me over the last couple of years. It's just like, just park it in the garage, leave the keys with this and this person. Cheers, I appreciate you, Bob. I'm sure the car is lacquer. Thank you very much. Support. Okay, very unemotional. Like it's not as exciting for me. For me, my favorite delivery is a first-time car buyer because I know your life, homie, is never going to be the same. You are independent. You can go where you want. You can go with whoever you want. Plus, we fit drug dealer tint on most of our cars, so most people won't even see who's in the cab with you. And it just makes you independent, and you can now live your own life on your terms. Okay, so first-time buyers, 1 or 2 banks. So typically the conversation is like this with 2 banks. Mr. XYZ, Mrs. XYZ, congratulations. I've got kick-ass news for you. I hope you're ready. Let's get ready for amazing news. How are you? I'm good. The reason why I'm phoning you is to take you from good to great. Are you serious, Bobs? Yes, I'm freaking serious. That's why I'm phoning you. I don't give bad news, only good news. Okay, cool. Let's process. Bank A says, we're going to give you only 72 months. I'm going to take an example today. Customer wants to buy an older Merc. It's a station wagon Merc. It's a 2013. It's a medium customer. So like lukewarm. He's not hot. ITC starts with a 7 in our world. That's medium. 8 and 9. We've got lots of 9s. The 9s, it is what it is. Sir, you've got prime at all the banks. Here I'm throwing you all the banks. Which one do you want to take? Whatever you want, the banks will give you. Which one do you like? Well, Bobby, I've always been with XYZ Bank. Is it okay if we go with them? Sure, no problem. Boom, 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 boom. This specific customer, 2 bank approvals, medium customer, older model car. The one bank says, we'll do it no deposit, 60 months. We're not giving you 72 months. So he says, Bob's, my installment's like 1,200 Rand more than what you quoted me. I said, yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. Okay, the bank does not want to give you 72 months. They're only giving you 60 months. The other bank will give you 72 months. They need a small investment from your side of 18K. What do you want to do? So what do you mean? The one says no deposit, 60 months. Yes. The other one says 18K deposit, but we'll give you 72 months. Yeah. What do you want to do? Are those my only 2 options? Yes, sir. Only 2. What would you do? Say, well, I looked in your bank account. I know the 18K is not a problem. Unless it's a problem, pay the 18K, take it over 72 months. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. That's a decision that we made. But typically, newbie, lukewarm, 2 banks or 1 bank. If it's 1 bank, it is what it is. You can't use the word want. We always laugh between the lines, the 6 lines. So when we are educating a consumer on approvals and stage of the game, say, sir, when your ITC starts with a 5, you're not really allowed to use the word interest rate or want. I want a better interest rate is kind of reserved for when you hit 700 ITC score and 800. Then he says, really? I say, yeah, really, because we've got 1 or 2 banks. We're like very lucky. This one's at 14.75. This one's at 13.75. I know that your friend has prime, but your friend has bought 5 cars through the bank. It's your first time. It's kind of difficult to compare yourself to your friend in this realm of life. Get it? I understand, Bob, so let's go with the lowest rate. Salute. When it's a medium warm and starting to get heated up, you have 4 bank approvals. So 4 bank approvals, this is what I want you to say to the dealers. present me all the offers with all the different variations. Sometimes, and this is going to be posted, and Anna, when did we have a meeting with a certain bank where the certain individual says, Bobs, I know I can't really say you can't use our name on your content, but could you please refrain from using our name on your content? When was it?
A week ago.
A week ago.
Now we're not allowed to call them even by the colour.
No, I'll call them by the color. I don't care.
So the red
The
bank
red
won't
bank.
say that ever again.
Yeah, the red bank came to me and said, Bobs, you know, I know you kind of say whatever you want, and me saying this is like making win, but could you refrain from using our name? I said, why? On some deals that I close on camera, you, the red bank, suck. He's like, I'm like, yes you do. Yes you do. But on some you don't. That's just being competitive. Like, you know, I wish Pirates could win every single game when they play against everyone, but at least, you know, we won the fight. So it is what it is. We don't win the games, but we won the fight. That's how competitive nature and capitalism works. So sometimes a bank will say, on 72 months, we'll give you this rate, 12.75. If you drop the months to 60, we're going to make less money on you at this rate. It's no longer 12.75, it's now 13.75. So the lower your term, the higher the interest rate. If you have extra money during that period, and you pay it in, you can do capital reduction. Just a quick side story. Okay, so we post, I say to Elsie, something happened in real life, let's walk to the coffee shop, but record me, I'm going to get you a coffee. And as I'm walking, we're posting, do not pay a deposit up front. Finance the full amount, get the maximum discount on interest rate, even if you have 100K. After you get the reduced interest rate, pay the 100K in, because now the interest rate's already decided, you've signed on it, and then you'll save on the interest rate, you'll drop your installment with capital reduction. That video gets like 800,000 views. Okay. Then a little lawyer lighty copies my script, word for word. He's not even in our industry. He pushes it, puts it on his TikTok. He's got like a tiny little TikTok account. His video gets 1.8 million views, like 1 million more views. I'm like, homie, that's my script. What are you doing?
But it was word for word.
Like word for word. But he's dressed in a suit, and then he's got the gel, and then he's flashing the big watch, and then the pen. What do you call that pen? I also have one.
A big pen.
No, it's not a big. It's not a big. It's a. I have one, man. The nice pen.
The swart ene.
The swart ene met die wit knoppie op.
Ja.
That one. Yes.
The baking boys want to know if you did receive your package.
So I'm scared to open that package of the baking boys. Is there like weed in those cookies? I even said to my vrou, babe, have a cookie. She says, who sent it to you? I said, a random. Says, I'm not eating that cookie. I'm like, you have it. If you make it by the time I get home tonight, then I also have a cookie. So what's in the cookie box? Is it just cookies?
I think it's just...
So I'm going to, Anna, just screenshot that account. If I don't make it to work tomorrow, find them and then ask them what was in the cookies. Why did I kick the bucket? Where was I?
There is two questions that Dion Turin and Mona de Jager het
Go for it.
gevra. What happens in the case where you apply, the data gets you approved, but you decide you rather want to buy somewhere else? How do the banks handle this, and what impact does this have on your chances getting approved second time around?
Great question. Thank you for asking the question. And if you had listened carefully in the beginning of the presentation, I said that we're thinking about providing you a service where the number one F&I team in the country will just get you approved and send you a reference number. Okay. Now the trick here is, if you do it with 1, 2, or 3 dealers, that's okay. But if you do it with 11 dealers, the banks will say, listen, this guy's playing around. So this is not a rule, and it's not a documented rule that ChatGPT can bring up, but from personal experience, maximum 2 to 3 dealers. Maximum. If you go above 3 dealers, that's where you're going to start seeing banks fall off. And then also remember, each dealer also scores differently. So we are a diamond, A++, prom queen, hoofseun, top tier dealership. The guy around the corner that just got his dealer code is a silver dealer. So if we both apply, and then this is on camera, I don't care who sees this. It's good at this point. I'm about to drop.
Parker pen.
It's not Parker. It's a Mont Blanc.
Okay.
So I remembered Nana, but thank you for bringing it up. So the so the guy with the Mont Blanc with the gel in his hair got 1 million more views using my script, the asshole. And then he says, Uncle Bobby, my video did better than yours. Can we collaborate? I said, no, fuck off. I'm not collaborating with you, you copycat. Futsak. But well done. Big ups. It's a good message. Spread the message. Okay. If you apply at a silver rated dealer, someone that just got a dealer code, or someone that hasn't been maintaining their dealer code. The reason why we had the review with ABSA was they were giving us stats. How big is our book? How many billion is our book? Meaning how much money have we financed through them that is actively financed. So check this out. This is how they score us. How many percentage of those customers are behind on their installments? We were at 1.85%. Anna, am I right? 1.85%. It was under 2%. I said, that's too low. He says, no, it's perfect. You are lower than the rest. I said, yes, because you need to release the brakes a little bit and give more customers that are a little bit of a higher risk the opportunity to come into the car ownership space. 1.8% only are currently behind. How many repos we've had? It's like single digit repos over the last 5 years that they had to actually go and repossess the car. All those factors combined together determine the grading of the dealership. So when you grade a Diamond, Prom Queen, A++, Victoria's Secret model here versus someone that just started, two different gradings, two different approval methods.
Buzzing your own horn.
Homie, if you've got a horn, you have to honk it. You have to. You have to. Okay.
Longhorn.
Longhorn, yeah. So we got in a Dodge Ram 1500 5.7 Hemi. This it's like beautiful, man. Like ours.
Yeah, in love.
True love for me also. I drove it home last night, going to the gym. This morning, I was on my way to work. There's an uncle with a D-Tech, Isuzu.
Okay.
And it's a 3-liter D-Tech, and it's one of those iceberg epic. It's a cool thing. So as I stop next to him, as big as his Isuzu is, I'm looking down on him like this. And that woman's got 4 arms like a Hilux driver. So he opens, he says, "Wat ry jy?" I say, "America." And then the robot went green and I floated and I just went underneath him. And that cost me like 300 Rand on fuel.
Yeah.
So when I drove here, the light came on. I poured 400 Rand. I went to the gym to Menlyn. And then on the way back, I poured another 400 Rand and the light went off.
Yeah.
And then just before I got to the dealership, it went on again. So Longhorn, very heavy on fuel. You have to have a proper fuel card to drive that thing.
Big wallet.
Longhorn, big wallet, yes, for fuel. Anyway, 45 minutes and 23 seconds. And I talked a lot of shit in between, which is not bad. Next topic, hidden costs. Hidden costs. All right, what's excluded from the price? Are there admin fees, on the road fees, insurance, etc.? Hey, we're about to unpack a can of worms here. Maak hom oop. Can of worms. All right, credit score confusion. How does my credit score affect my approval? How can I improve it? We touched on it on the previous session, but it's always a good topic to spend 5 or 10 or 15 minutes on. Vehicle condition and history. Has the car been in an accident? Is the mileage genuine? Service history, etc. I'm going to give you some tips on how to check on all those things so that you don't get caught with a car that the mileage has been reversed. It happened to us yesterday. Yesterday it happened to us. A guy tries to sell his 328 BMW. It's a BMW that's currently in KZN. Very friendly guy. Hey, how's it, Lani? How's it, Uncle? Laka. We're tuning nicely. And then we ran 1 or 2 checks. And then we picked up that the BMW currently has 58,000 kilometers less than what it had a couple of months ago. Amazing. So I show it to him.
He drove backwards.
Yeah, he maybe drove in reverse. Yeah. I show it to him. I said, "Sir, When you got the car, the mileage was kind of this, and now it's this. So what are you saying? I'm saying you're committing fraud, homie. Okay, so just leave me alone. Okay, I'm going to flag your car on all our internal systems. Make sure that all the traders that we do business with do not buy your vehicle. Have a nice freaking day. Okay, so we're going to touch on that. Thank you very much. 082-542-6659. You can send me a WhatsApp if you don't belong to this group already. Amazing community that we're building. By the way, we got 500 new members in 3 days. Thank you very much, you all, for joining us. Our intent with these is to leave you better than we find you and arm you with education. So when you go out there in the world and Uncle Bob is not next to you to guide you and help you buy cars the right way, you are armed with information and you can ask the correct questions so that the dealership can provide you with the facts that you make a decision that's best suited for you and your family. Having said that, thank you, ladies. Anna, thanks for arming us with those beautiful stats. And I know they're correct because you did them. Els, as always, thank you very much. The rest of the masterclass team, thank you for being our backup. Was E on the call tonight?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so we'll find out where we screwed up in about 5 minutes. E, if we embarrassed you, I'm sorry. You can give me a tongue lashing when people are not watching, when it's just the four of us. Okay, between then and now and then, thank you very much for joining us. We'll shortly send a PDF after Elsie has edited my poor alignment skills here. And we'll see you next time. Uncle Bobby, Anna Marie, Elsie, Elena, Dave on the other side.